Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Special Envoy of the President Republic of Indonesia for Energy and Climate Change, His Excellency Bapak Hashim Djojohadikusumo. Please give him a big round of applause. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, please kindly take a seat. A warm welcome to Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, honorable leaders. Well, I don't think we need anything warmer than what already it is, right? Well, perhaps the universe sends a reminder to all of us to take an immediate actions in tackling climate crisis so everyone could live comfortably. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bapak Ibu yang kami hormati, since we have Mr. Ambassador here, I better get this right. Senja bem-vindos, señoras e señores. May peace be upon us all. First and foremost, allow me to greet and welcome the following VIPs. Special Envoy of the President Republic of Indonesia for Energy and Climate Change, His Excellency Bapak Hashim Djojohadikusumo. Accompanied by spouse, Madam Ibu Ani Haryati Djojohadikusumo. Welcome, Madam. Minister of Environment, who also act as the head of Environment Protection Agency, Republic of Indonesia, His Excellency Dr. Hanif Faisol Nurofiq. Vice Minister of Forestry, Republic of Indonesia, Bapak Rohmat Marzuki. Ambassador of Republic Indonesia to Federative Republic of Brazil, His Excellency Bapak Edi Yusuf. The head of Indonesia Pavilion for COP30 UNFCCC, Ibu Laksmi Widyajayanti. All dignitaries, government officials, distinguished delegates from neighboring countries, business leaders, media partners, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome once again to Indonesia Pavilion for the opening ceremony of Indonesia Pavilion for COP30 Amazonia, Brazil. And Pavilion Indonesia is proudly hosted by the Ministry of Environment, Republic of Indonesia. So please put our hands together for everyone who made this event possible. Thank you. To formally commence the event, let's pay homage and tribute to our nation, to honor a legacy, a bond that reaches us and unites us all under one flag. So I would like to draw your attention, your respect, and request everyone, regardless of where you're from, to please stand up. Together, let us sing Indonesia National Anthem, Indonesia Raya. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Thank you. So ladies and gentlemen, honorable leaders, Pavilion Indonesia serves as a platform of an international outreach campaign. It showcases the nation's effort in combating climate crisis through decarbonization actions and sustainable development. So to kickstart today's event, let's first hear a report on the pavilion and opening remarks from the Minister of Environment, who also acts as the head of Environment Management Agency. Please join me in welcoming His Excellency Dr. Hanif Faisol Nurofiq.
Tes satu dulu. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Excellency Special Presidential Envoy on Climate Change and Energy, Bapak Hashim Djojohadikusumo, tepuk tangan untuk beliau. With Ibu Ani Haryati Djojohadikusumo, Excellency Vice Minister of Forestry, Bapak Rohmat Marzuki, Excellency Ambassador of the Republic of Indonesia to Federative Republic of Brasil, Bapak Edi Yusuf, sahabat saya CEU PLN, Bapak Darmawan Prastyo, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is a tremendous honor for me to welcome you all to the official opening the Indonesia Pavilion at COP30 UNFCCC here in the vibrant city of Belém, Brazil, the gateway to Amazon. Today, as we gather here in Belém, Brazil, on this meaningful occasion, Indonesia commemorates Heroes Day, a day when we honor the courage, sacrifice, and vision on those who fought for our nation independent. Just as our heroes once defended our sovereignty, we are now called to defend the planet we share, ensuring that future generations inherit a world race in biodiversity, justice, and hope. As we take a moment to reflect on this shared responsibility, I invite all of us to rise and join in brief moment of silence on unity, a symbolic mengheningkan cipta for our heroes and for the earth that nurtures us all. Mengheningkan cipta is begin. Thank you. Honorable delegates, esteemed colleagues, Indonesia continues to play an active and contribute role in the global effort to combat climate change. One of our key contributions in the submission of the second nationally determined contribution, SNDC, which reaffirms our commitment to the Paris Agreement and strengthen our ambition to reduce greenhouse gas emission. Our second NDC reflects greater ambition with no backsliding from our first NDC by setting emission target at 1.2 gigatons CO2 equivalent in low scenario and 1.4 gigaton CO2 equivalent in high scenario by 2035. Second NDC, Indonesia has already submitted to the UNFCCC. In this updated contribution, Indonesia has transitioned from a percentage-based emission reduction target to an absolute emission level target. This provides greater clarity, enhanced transparency, and reflect our improved methodologies and heightened ambition. Honorable delegates, esteemed colleagues, last month, President Prabowo Subianto signed a presidential regulation number 1 and 110 of 2025 modernizing Indonesia climate governance. This regulation establishes a strong legal foundation for carbon pricing, trading, and transparent emission management. Our carbon market is now open for global transition, aiming to mobilize up to 7.7 billion US dollar per year of potential economic value, with every ton of emission traceable and accountable. This year, the Pavilion Indonesia introduced a new and pioneering feature, the seller-made-buyer platform, a novel concept in Indonesia Pavilion history. Through this innovation, we create a bridge between carbon credit seller-made-buyer, facilitating direct and transparent engagement within Indonesia High Integrity Carbon market frameworks. This initiative embodies our belief that effective climate diplomacy must not only inform policy but also enable economy transformation. This transformation is already underway through the seller-made buyers platform, which facilitates direct transaction and unlock the potential economy value of 90 million tons of quality carbon unit from 41 certified, verified, and prospective projects. This transition channel climate finance into local communities, promote sustainable land use, and generate long-term prosperity. This is our shared pathway, turning ambition into impact for people and planet. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, beyond our participation and formal negotiation that we call hard diplomacy, Indonesia also embraced soft diplomacy through the creation of this pavilion. It is here that we showcase the spirit of collaboration and innovation that define our climate journey. This year, Indonesia Pavilion presents an action-driven concept under the theme Accelerating Substantial Action of Net Zero Achievement through Indonesia High Integrity Carbon. The pavilion will host a rich series of strategic dialogue, high-level session, CEO talks, and seller-made buyer. More than 5 sessions, including enhancing ambition on renewable energy, accelerating climate finance, and economy transformation, nature contribution to climate resilience, and technology and community empowerment for a resilient future. As dialogue reflects that every sector and actor have a role to play in shaping a sustainable future, provide prosperity and green job opportunity for people. Through the pavilion, we proudly highlight the synergy among national and subnational governance, businesses, youths, media, and environmental activists. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, finally, I would like to kindly request His Excellency, Special Presidential Envoy on Climate Change and Energy to give opening remarks and officially open the Indonesia Pavilion at COP30. Excellency Bapak Prabowo Djojohadikusumo, please, floor is yours. Thank you very much.
Your Excellencies, the Minister of Environment, Bapak Hanif Faisol Nurofiq, Your Excellency, the Vice Minister of Forestry, Bapak Rahmat Marzuki, the Ambassador of the Republic of Indonesia to the Federative Republic of Brazil, Bapak Edi Yusuf, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Shalom, Om Swastiastu, salam kebajikan, namo buddhaya, rahayu, rahayu, rahayu. A bid welcome to the opening of the Indonesian Pavilion here at COP30. in this beautiful city of Belém, Brazil. The Indonesian Pavilion plays a crucial role in soft diplomacy, which is closely aligned with our hard diplomacy efforts. This is not merely an exhibition, it is also where ideas and actions meet and where collaboration transforms ambition into action. The Indonesian Pavilion serves as a hub for parties, state actors, and non-state actors in the UNFCCC to engage in meaningful communication, exchange of experiences, deliberate on pertinent issues and best practices, and to inspire one another. The COP30 in Belém will all be about implementation, where the world gathers not merely to negotiate, but to mobilize collective action in response to the climate emergency. This conference embodies a pivotal transition from vision to reality, where nations, communities, and generations unite to trigger what the presidency framework terms as a global mutirao, a worldwide mobilization of self-driven, inclusive, and bottom-up climate action. Indonesia's approach to this negotiation is clear and principled, guided by the principles of equity, common but differentiated responsibilities, and respective capabilities. We believe that ambition must be matched with implementation, and implementation must be supported by access to finance, technology, and capacity building. Indonesia comes to COP30 not only to contribute, but also to collaborate, bridge ambition and action, link policy with practice, and ensure that our national and global pathways remain firmly aligned with the goals of the 2015 Paris Agreement. Since its signing in 2015 and subsequent ratification of the Paris Agreement in 2016 through Law Number 16 of 2016, Indonesia has continued to strengthen its climate ambitions. We began with our first NDC in 2016, followed by the updated NDC in 2021, the enhanced NDC in 2023, and last month, in October 2025, we submitted our second NDC that reflects higher ambition, setting targets at 1,259 gigatons CO2 equivalent under the low scenario and 1,489 gigatons CO2 equivalent as the high scenario. Indonesia's second NDC will build upon these achievements and serve as a bridge towards Indonesia's long-term strategy for low carbon and climate resilience 2050, with a vision to achieve net zero emissions by 2060 or sooner. Recently, Indonesia enacted Presidential Regulation number 109 on waste to energy and number 110 on carbon economic value, which are instruments of our national decarbonization financing and GHG emissions control framework. This marks the dawn of a reformed carbon ecosystem in Indonesia. The new regulations set a robust carbon market architecture aligned with high-integrity international standards, ensuring transparency, credibility, and full interoperability with global systems. The sectoral ministries will be the custodians of their respective carbon crediting business processes in their respective sectors. For example, the Ministry of Forestry, represented here today by the Vice Minister of Forestry, will serve as the focal point for forestry-based carbon units. So does the Ministry of Energy and Minerals Resources, and so on and so on. With this foundation, Indonesia's carbon market is now open for global participation. We aim to mobilize up to $7.7 billion per year. Indonesia will explore all market and non-market approaches, including the voluntary carbon market, Article 6 mechanisms, and result-based payments to mobilize climate finance and unlock greater private sector participation. We understand the importance of each sector and the NDCs. However, with vast potential in the forest and land use sector, I believe that Indonesia has an obligation to nurture this sector more carefully, which will be the backbone for biodiversity, carbon markets, and achieving climate mitigation targets. Therefore, FOLU should be reflected in the Article 6.4 negotiations. Our vision is for Indonesia to be the leading global hub for high-integrity carbon markets, one that delivers real and measurable climate impacts while creating green jobs, sustainable livelihoods, and resilient communities. The Indonesian Pavilion stands as a vital extension of our diplomacy, a platform to share experiences, catalyze partnerships, and showcase innovation. It brings together governmental institutions, academia, the private sector, civil society, and youth in a spirit of unity and collaboration. The Indonesian Pavilion represents the spirit of optimism. It is a space for collaboration, learning, and a reflection of hope on Indonesia's determination to be a solution partner in the global climate agenda. My gratitude also goes to all our partners, ministries, institutions, and sponsors, both domestic and international, whose contributions have made this pavilion possible. Thank you. Terima kasih. Obrigado.
Thank you, Your Excellency. I would like to make a humble request for you to remain on stage. Would you please kindly officially announce the commencement of Indonesia Pavilion? We have a video to play. Thank you.
I hereby officially open this pavilion, Indonesia Pavilion, in COP 30.
One more request, please. We would like to mark the celebration in a traditional way with nasi tumpeng. With that, I kindly invite Ibu Ani to please accompany Your Excellency. Please make your way to the stage, as well as Mr. Minister Hanif. So ladies and gentlemen, this is nasi tumpeng. It holds an important place in Indonesian tradition. So it's a symbol of hope, respect, and gratitude. And Your Excellency will cut the top of the nasi tumpeng. Another round of applause for this momentous occasion. Indonesia Pavilion is officially opened by His Excellency Bapak Hashim Djojohadikusumo, accompanied by Ibu Hani Djojohadikusumo, together with Mr. Minister Dr. Hanif Faisol Nurofiq. I have one last request for Your Excellencies to please, you can back to your seat. We're going to have a group photo together, facing to the audience. So all the audience, I request everyone to please stand up. We're going to seize this momentous occasion. And for the camera person, would you please come to the stage and seize the moment from the opposite side? So I invite everyone to please come together, make sure yourself is in frame, because as we all know, our tagline is nobody left behind, including in the picture. So if I may recall, His Excellency Pak Hashim has mentioned a few days ago, it's 10 years after the Paris Agreement ratification, and we have not much time left. So it's time to move from negotiation to implementation, and it's a moment for a shoulder-to-shoulder effort. Thank you very much for your presence. Thank you for gracing Indonesia Pavilion with your presence, Pak Hashim, and thank you very much for the leadership to lead the nations in combating the climate crisis. And I guess we're all here to support this global mission.